Hello and good morning. It's Thankful Thursday. So thankful for today. We have an amazing special guest rounding off closing our amazing series, Women Inspiring Women series this week. And we're super excited to have this special guest, Nancy Ann. Now, Nancy Ann has been an entrepreneur since 2015. 8 months ago, she decided to make a switch with companies. And because she had personally branded herself so well, she quickly promoted and rose up in ranks. She is a top seller in her company. She shows up consistently, brings a ton of value to women's lives. She's an amazing leader and one of the original Boss Beauties. Yes, she's one of the original Boss Beauties. She recently earned the most highly sought after award in her company and will be walking on stage this year at her convention, the Energizer Award. And we are so very proud of her. So we want to welcome our lovely Nancy Ann. And I don't even see her yet. Is she here? Nope, she's not even here yet. So hopefully she'll be here in a second. But we have some amazing things to talk about today. We're going to be talking about passion, the importance of having passion in your business. We're going to talk about leadership. We're going to talk about women inspiring women. And we want to invite you to please just go ahead and press that little button down below. Get some women, joining us where we can link arms with one another and really help one another grow in our businesses. And hello, Allison, Camille, hello. Allison was on Tuesday. You definitely need to go back and watch that. Hello, Irene and Paula. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Bobby. Good morning, ladies. So we are going to, I don't know where Nancy is. Where's Nancy? Somebody find Nancy. Where'd she go? Oh dear. Maybe Allison, you can, she's starting to watch. Yay. Thank you, Allison. And maybe we can find out where Aunt Nancy is. I don't know. Well, ladies, let me just tell you this. This week has been an amazing, I'm going to go ahead and, there she is. Yay. Welcome, Nancy Ann. So,
Yay, I'm here.
like, where'd she go?
I could not find you. I couldn't find you anywhere. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. How exciting to have you. We're super excited to
Yes,
have you.
I'm
And
so excited
and
as well.
congratulations on that amazing award. Now that is an honor.
Thank you. Thank
So
you so much.
we're so proud. We can't wait to see you on stage. We can't wait to shout you out with photos. We're super stoked and excited.
Thank
So
you.
okay, so ladies, if you have any questions for Nancy as we're going through this broadcast, please feel free to ask away. So, Nancy, let's tell all these ladies don't know you out there. So, what is your business and what industry are you in?
My business is Glamour by Nancy. That's the name of my business. And the industry that I am in is makeup and skincare. And I've been doing makeup. I've been doing this, ladies, for, let's see, the latter part of 2015. And I was with one company for 3 years, a little over 3 years, and then I switched to a different company. And so I'm here with my current company right now.
Yes, and you have done a fabulous job with branding yourself. So that transition was fairly smooth, and like I mentioned at
It
the beginning,
was.
you have rose up in the rank fairly quickly and done really well. Like she's a top seller in her company, and we're just so proud of her. So when did you decide to step into the world? Well, we know why. Why did you decide to step into the world of entrepreneurism?
Well, I'll be very honest with you. I never thought this kind of business is not something I ever thought I would ever do, ever. Like, selling, I never liked selling to anybody. And so I always felt like this was not something that was going to be my cup of tea. And, but then my daughter, she went through a traumatic divorce. She moved in. My little granddaughter was only 3 months old at the time. And so, you know, it was either we put her in a daycare or I stay home because we needed to get my daughter out in the workforce doing things for herself so she could lift her spirits up again, all that goes involved with divorce. So my husband said, you're going to do it. You're going to have to stay home. And so, and I did it for about 3 years, 4 years. And then when she was getting ready to start school, I didn't want to go to work anymore. I didn't want to get back into the corporate world. And so I found out, well, my daughter was real good friends with one of the girls that was in my previous company. And I had been hosting parties for her like left and right. And I would always do a lot of, like, my friends would always buy. And so she told me, you need to do this business. You need to do it. And I'm like, oh no. Well, when it came time for me to get back to work, that's when I went, oh, I don't want to go to work. So then I called her and I said, is there really money in this? Can I really make a business out of this? I said, I only need to make a certain amount of money. And she said, yeah, you can make as much as you want or as little as you want. It's all up to you. So I went for it. And I fell in love with this industry. I fell in love with it.
Yeah, and Felipe just said, yeah, she is a natural, and you are a natural for
Oh,
sure.
thank you, Felipe. That's my
Yeah.
sweet friend.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, ladies, and we really want to, invite ladies to this broadcast. This is inspiring, and we want to inspire one another today. So, so we, what actually, okay, we know what motivated you obviously was so that you can stay home
Mm-hmm.
and take care of your granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
But you fell in love with it. So
Mm-hmm.
you obviously found a passion.
Yes.
Will you talk to us about that passion and the importance of that?
Okay. Well, here's what I am going to tell you. Every entrepreneur, you have to have a passion. You have to have a passion for this business because this business is tough. While there are good, there's good things also that come from it, right? Because you get to stay home, you get to, schedule your own hours, like I am taking care of my 3 grandchildren right now, all 3 of them. And so you get to there's a lot of benefits to it. But if you don't have passion, like something that's going to fuel your soul, like something that's going to make you where you stay up late at night, because I'm telling you, this business, it's work. It's work. And if you don't have the passion to stay up late, to be doing research, to find solutions for your clients, and then it's going to feel like work. And
Mm.
for me, it doesn't feel like work. For me, it's like I can be up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, like I was last night. My husband and I watched a movie, and it was over at 1 o'clock in the morning, a little over one. And and I had to spend that time with him. I'm going to be going to Denver next week, and so he wanted to watch this movie, so I put everything away. And but as soon as we were done, I was writing notes. I was researching. And it's the passion that I have in me that it doesn't feel like work. Those hard hours that you have to put into this business, it was relaxing for me.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
I can totally relate to that. And good morning, Jean and Marissa. We have lots of ladies hopping on.
Good morning,
Aaron,
everyone. I can't see
yes, you
everybody, but
can't
good
see them.
morning.
Well,
No, I
Aaron was
can't
with
see the
us.
comments.
I think if you swipe left, you can. But but we had Aaron on yesterday, so that was awesome. Hi, Aaron.
Yeah. Hi,
So
Aaron.
so okay, I totally agree with you. And there's nothing like having that inspiration of just wanting to jump out of bed and
Yeah.
do your stuff. Do you feel that way? Does your business give you that you can't wait to get out of bed and get to, serving
Oh,
customers and
absolutely.
clients.
Absolutely. I have that drive. It drives me. We all have talents. Every one of us is women, entrepreneurs, and even men. We all have talents. We all have gifts. But if you, the one thing that I had to stop doing was comparing myself to other entrepreneurs, because I would tell you, and I think every
Mm,
entrepreneur does that at some point in time. And when you do this for a long period of time, you realize that you can't be successful if you're trying to be somebody else.
mm.
You have to be you. And what I found, what I feel that I was good at, and that fuels me. It fuels me. Yes, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, I can hardly wait to go live so I can share this with my ladies, because I know this works. Yes, it drives me, and your business has to drive you. If it doesn't drive you, if you're feeling like, oh hell, I gotta go live today, or I gotta do this, then this business is not for you. That's the honest truth. You
That's
gotta
okay.
love what you're doing. You gotta love it. And I love it. I truly love it.
I totally agree with you. I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that are they're walking they're what is the word I want to trying to think of here? They're going through the motions of having the business. They're going through the
Hmm.
motions, but there's no passion, there's no drive, there's no love for it, and
Yeah.
therefore they're not creating the success that
Yes.
right?
Yes. And you know why? Because they're trying to do something that somebody else, they're trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That is the problem, because I found myself doing that. I found, because you see women, and this is the truth. You see women that they're real loud, and they're real like, hey, and and I'm like, oh my God, that's not even me. I can't be
Yeah.
like that, and I'm fun. I am fun. I am crazy, and just like anybody else. But I feel like when I go live, like for me personally, that is too much. That's not who I am. And so if I was to come out and be like that, people wouldn't receive me, because that's not me. So if you are already that type of person where you are boisterous and you could be loud and crazy and just be like, hey, for example, I'm gonna give you a good example. Everybody knows my Alley Poo, right? Y'all know my
Yes.
Allison.
She was with us
Okay.
on Tuesday. Yes.
Yes. So my Allie, who I love with all my heart, she can be like, girl, we're gonna be all cute and fancy, and you know how she talks, right? That won't work for me. If I was to do that, people would look at me like, who the hell are you? And I wouldn't be received by people, because it's not genuine. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say is, you have to be you. We're in this business, and we're so busy trying to copy somebody else.
Mm.
And that's why we're not happy, because we're not truly who we are. And
Hmm.
it was the same with Allison when I had this conversation with her, and I said, you got to be you.
Hmm.
Once she let loose and she was Allison, boom,
Mm.
everything happened. And so that's what I want all of you out there to know, is you have to be you. You cannot be anybody else. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed.
No, that's so true. I mean, authenticity,
Yes.
vulnerability. If you
Yes.
can show up with those two, traits, authenticity,
Yeah.
vulnerability, you can gain that credibility, and
Right.
that's what's going to help give you a solid brand. So,
Right.
what if someone finds themselves in a business where they don't feel that passion that they love?
Well, then they got to find their passion. You know, if if you let's just say somebody signed up with me, and my business is skincare and makeup. If you're not comfortable, or you don't already love playing with makeup, then this is not going to be your passion. You're not going to love it. And you know what? You're not going to succeed, because you're not going to be good at it, because it's not in here. It's not in you. So there are so many direct sales companies out there. There are. So whether it's nails with Erin, or makeup and skincare, or health and wellness, find whatever it is that fuels you, whatever that might be. Because if you're not really good with makeup or skincare and you don't like it, and it just like you're just showing up just to show up, then and you don't really like, you don't love it, then you're not gonna, you're in the wrong business. And that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, that happens a lot of the times because we as entrepreneurs, we're thinking, okay, we want to get into this business to make money.
Right.
We want to, that's truly, what's in our head at first, because we're thinking, okay, I want to make extra money as a side gig, right? That's what we think. And so we're thinking something fast. Okay, this is easy. They're selling this particular kit for $10, so I'm going to go ahead and join, so I can make some money, because people will promise you the world. And that's the one thing I don't like. And so
I
they
agree.
promise you all kinds of things, and they say, oh, you're going to make all kinds of money. You can, sit here. Okay, that's one thing I can't stand more than anything
Right.
is when people promise you the world and they say you can make a whole lot of money, you can do this, you can do that. But the bottom line is, why do you want to do this business? See, that would be my question. Why do you want to do it?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what is it about this business that you are attracted to? Because if you're thinking that it's just going to be money, that will happen. But if you don't have that in you already and you don't say, oh, I love this stuff, you're not going to succeed. And I can't stand when I see other leaders saying that.
Yeah. All
You
you need
can
to do is
make it.
1 hour a day. All
Yes,
you
and
need to do
that's
is one
not
hour a
true.
day.
No,
You
no,
know?
not even 15 minutes a day. I've even heard that 15 minutes
I,
a day. That's
right?
not true. That is
No.
not
My
true.
goodness gracious, no.
Yes.
I
So,
I totally agree with you, and that is I
yes,
really that is something that has bothered me too. With
it does bother me
yeah,
because you know what?
yeah.
I fell for that. I
Hmm.
actually fell for that. And, you know, can you make money? Yes, but it takes, you got to have people underneath you. There's a lot that's involved in that. And so I don't like when they're being lied to. And can you do those things? Yes, but you have got to put in the time. You really, really do. And this is where I go back to your passion. If it isn't in you already, then you're not going to do well because you don't love it, and it's going to
Yeah.
feel like work. Because when you love something, it doesn't feel like work. It's like, and you just keep going and going and going, you
Yeah,
know?
and I think at the root of it all, and would you agree with this, is that we really have a desire to make an impact to the world, right? I mean, especially as
Mm-hmm.
women, as we now there are many old souls that are born into life, but most of us are not old souls. And what I mean by that is they already have that desire at a younger age to want to make an impact in the world. Most of us, as we mature, we get to a place in our life where we want more. We want
Yeah.
more out of life. And we know there's more. We know there's more that we can give.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think a lot of times if we could pull from that part of it and realize what we're truly desiring is to make an impact in the world, then we can look for whatever it is that can help us monetize that passion,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Whatever we're
And
good at, like
but you
you.
know what? That will come.
Mm-hmm.
That will come. Eventually it will come. Trust me, I know. I know it will come. But you got to have that passion, and
Mm-hmm.
it's got to be in you. Don't just join a company just to join,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you. I promise you it's not. You've got to love whatever it is you decide to get involved in,
Yeah.
and you got to be willing to do the work, and you got to be willing to do what it takes. And
Yeah.
yeah, you have to, because if it's not in you, then you're not going to succeed. Like I would never ever be able to work for a health and wellness company, or sell diet stuff, because I don't stay on diets. I'm bad at that. So I am the worst when it comes. I couldn't do that. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
way I could not do that. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, there's probably a lot of money in that, but I couldn't do that. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no way. I'd fail miserably,
Yeah.
miserably. Do you see what I'm saying? Why
Yeah.
I'm trying to use That is an
Yeah.
example. Okay, see,
Yeah.
I love makeup and skincare. So it's a passion I have. I know I need to be on a diet. I know I need to do all this, but I can't do that stuff because I won't stay on it. I know
And
me.
you are so good, and you are making an impact. I see so many women, they're making comments right now about how you have helped
Uh,
them
oh,
in
that makes me want to cry.
yeah, no, seriously, you're gonna have to go back and see,
Uh,
but so many women are saying amazing things about you right now.
oh
And
gosh.
we get that from watching you go live and bring us such valuable information. I mean, I can't you have changed my life.
Uh,
I mean, you have really changed. You have impacted me and changed my life regarding my skincare and my makeup routine. I mean, so many in so many ways, and that's really what it's all about. That's really what
thank
it really is
you.
all about. So many ladies out there right now are struggling. They're in a business and they're not able.
Yeah,
They're not making that impact like that.
yeah,
They're struggling, and I think you just nailed it all. It's because where's your passion?
yeah.
Where's your passion? Find that passion, and that's where you need to go.
Hmm.
That's what you need to run with.
Yes, they do. And you need to not be looking at your leader and trying to be like her. Leaders are good examples to follow. Follow what your leader does. Hopefully you have a good leader that shows up and does and is doing the things, because then that can show you, okay, I need to do exactly what she's doing, but your way. It doesn't have to be your leader's way, but it could be your way, because that's the only way you're going to be successful. And so,
Yeah, which brings us to leadership, because that's a
mhm,
really important component here.
yeah.
How does leadership play a role in your business?
Well, let me tell you, I've never been in a leadership role in this type of business. So in the beginning, when I first started, and I'm being extremely truthful, because that's the only way I can do this with you guys. I have to be truthful. When I first got into this business, or when I came with my second company and my team started just growing like crazy, I thought that a leader had to like micromanage. I didn't know because this was new to me. I didn't have that in my previous company. So I was like, okay, I was calling my girls like messaging them or calling them, okay, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And I spoke with you. You know this. I spoke with y'all, and I learned that that's not how it works. And here's the thing, ladies. If you're leaders, and you're telling your girls what they need to be doing, you know, that's not right. So, and the way that I've learned it, and with Julie, who is my mentor, and you know, she has also, I've spoken to her a lot about it. And you can't lead, you can't tell your team what to do. You can show them by example. You can be there for them if they need you. If they reach out to you, then you can tell them, okay, this is what you need to be doing. And but you cannot micromanage your team. You cannot tell them, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. So a leader is somebody, in my opinion, that is there, that is loving, that is supportive of your team. And
Mm,
a good leader is going to love your entire team, not just the women that are bringing in money, because
good one.
that's not what makes a team. A team is somebody that supports, that is there for everybody in the entire team. And there's different, people on your team, they bring different things to the table, if you will.
Hmm.
And some have better months than others.
Hmm.
But in my opinion, a good leader loves her entire tribe and is there for them regardless, when they need prayer, when they need, just hi, how are you? Not why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And I'm really proud that that is something that my leaders, Natalie and Julie and all the company, they're not even into that. You got to love your team. You got to
Mm.
love your team, because if you love your team and you support them in whatever it is that they are doing, they're going to want to work harder for you,
Mm.
because it's a team that succeeds. I don't succeed alone. Hell no, I can't succeed alone. we are all one. We are all one big heart, all of us. And so all of us
Yeah, and you're good.
together.
You're good at that. And I just want you to say, there's a bunch of your teammates are on here, and they are just bragging on you
Oh,
as a leader.
yay. Yay. Oh, no, my team is, they are amazing. And I don't ever push anybody to say, you need to do this and you need to do that, or you need to buy products. Oh my God. That's another thing that burns me. And,
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Buy
I
your
will,
way, buy your rank,
no,
buy your rank.
buy your rank. Yes. I never tell now, if they want to qualify, if they want to meet a certain goal, yes, I'm there for them. Anybody on our team, we're all there to love on each other. But you don't ever tell them you got to go buy products. Shoot, I don't even do that. I will not do that. I earn enough points, free money, where I don't have to buy my own product. And I don't. And a lot of the ladies don't. And you know what? If you don't, and we as a team don't make our goal or whatever, that's okay. It's okay. You know, it's, you got another month. And
Love
but
that. Yeah.
I'm very understanding, and I don't push. I don't like to be pushed. I don't like anybody telling me you got to go do this. You got to, unless you tell me, Nancy, I want to get this goal. What can I do? Then I'll tell them, okay, this is what you need to be doing. Leadership is hard. It is
Mm,
very hard because, you know, we all want to grow. As a leader, you want to grow. You want to promote. That's normal. But you know what? Being micromanaging your girls or your team is not a good way to do it. And it's, you got to remember one thing: it's their business. It is
mm-hmm.
not your business. You did
Mm-hmm.
not pay unless you paid for them to get their starter kit, or you paid for them to do all these things. Well, then you can control them. But until then, it's theirs and theirs alone.
Yeah.
And so I don't do that with my girls. And we just have, I don't know. My team is they're amazing, and they're all ages, and I mean, I just love I love them.
Yeah, and they're business partners. When you look at them in a different,
Yes,
as opposed,
exactly,
and I
yeah,
think that that's a big problem in the industries. We forget that this is their business, and we're working together
yes,
side by side. You
yes,
know what I mean?
yes, yes.
Uh, and I recently heard of a company that is telling their reps to create fake accounts to buy from, to create
Oh yeah.
fake accounts
Hmm.
to buy their stuff. So they're basically buying their own stuff with a fake account.
Yeah,
And I thought, oh my goodness, no wonder. I mean, they got to stop doing that. No wonder why it gives the industry a bad name
a
when
bad
people
name.
do
Yeah,
stuff like this. I mean, we got to have integrity. And
and well, you gotta have integrity, yes, but you also got to be doing things differently.
yes,
You got to do.
amen.
You've got to be
Yeah.
doing things differently because if you're not, if you know, you gotta, you don't want to be like everybody else, otherwise you're not going to stand out, period. And you got to have that perseverance. You got to have that gumption to just say, I'm just going to do it the right way. I don't care about what
Hmm.
the other people are saying, because you know what, there are good leaders in other companies, but you know what, they've things have changed, things have evolved in Facebook and social
Hmm.
media, period. People are sick and tired of looking at everything that's on your wall. It's buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, you know, or graphics or all these things. And a lot of the leaders are still in that old mentality. And a lot of women, because we're trusting them that what they're doing is the right thing. So we're doing the same thing and we're not being successful either.
Mm.
And you gotta be willing to step out, get away from that old school mentality, step out and do those things differently, because that's the only way you're going. You sure as hell don't want to be like everybody else. Why do you want to be like everybody else? You
Exactly.
know, you want to be different. You want to be different. So,
Exactly. And
yeah,
take that to the bank, ladies. That was really what she just said was a juicy tip.
yeah,
And also, remember in your stories, I see a lot of ladies right now, even in stories, over in Instagram and over here on Facebook, they're using their stories like it's I don't know, like they think it's a commercial,
mm-hmm,
like it's some kind of, let's
yeah,
just keep slapping up a commercial, over and over
it
again.
is.
And
Yes, it
they're all,
is.
and it's all the same. It's just a bunch. What do you think is happening there? People are swiping by. They're not paying attention to you, and your business is not going to grow.
That's what
So,
I do. That's what
yeah.
I do. I just swipe. I just
Mm-hmm.
swipe, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
swipe. So,
Well, okay, so so obviously, you think leadership is a strong component when it comes to your business.
mhm.
What are your thoughts on women empowering
uh,
other women, and what does that mean to you?
well, everything. It means it, and I thought about that, you know, because we had a conversation, you and I, about this, and women empowering each other. And, I was doing some research on it because it intrigued me. It really did intrigue me. And I said, why are women so unsupportive of each other? And, in my research, I found that it's,
Right.
this media has always attributed that women are very catty and very
Yep.
jealous and you know unsupportive of each other. It's the media that does that. So it's very important that we as women support each other, okay, regardless of what business you are in, especially women, because you know what, we're already scrutinized. Women are already put on such a higher ladder than men, as far as women have to always look gorgeous according to men. You got to have your nails done all the time, your feet done all the time, you got to weigh a certain amount, you got to always look like this instead of like this. Women can't do anything. So why would we want to add to that instead of saying, you know what, we are women, we are strong, we can do anything, because you know what, we
Mm.
can, when we do everything. We're moms, we're single moms, we are grandmas, and we're still taking care of the house. So we're still taking care, like my family would fall apart, like literally fall apart,
Yeah.
if I was not here. But you know what? I'm doing everything. I'm doing, like, I take care of the house, I take care of the grandkids, I cook, I clean, I do all these things, and I run my business. So we women, we're born, we can do those things. And you know what? When you see another woman out there and she's struggling, and she's got her whole life that she has to take care of, and she's up here showing up doing this, I mean, gosh, you all should support her, because you know what it feels like. You know what it feels like to not have any rest. You know what it feels like to want to reach those goals, to be successful. Why would another woman want to tear another woman down? Because I'm going to
Ah,
tell you what, if you do that, if you cannot um, be happy for another woman's success, and you don't want to see her grow, and you're like, ugh, and you just can't stand her or whatever, you know what you're doing? You're bringing all that negative stuff back to you. That's what you're doing without
yes.
realizing it. That's what you're doing. And you cannot, you yourself cannot grow, because you've got that, like, oh, I hate her, or whatever it is, the envy, whatever you have. So you are bringing that energy back to yourself, and you're not going to succeed. And
So true.
and why would you want to do that? Why?
I know, and
I
I'm
mean,
so passionate about this topic.
yes,
So
yes,
passionate about this topic. I
yes,
mean, I totally agree. I mean, as you're talking, I'm like welling up. I'm getting ready to cry because
yeah.
I
It's
agree
but
with
it's
you.
so
It's so
true.
powerful.
It
Like
is.
if
It's
you think
true.
about it, like why is there not a Proverbs 31 man? No,
Yes,
it's a woman. You
yes.
know, I mean,
And
if you think
and
about
whenever, yeah,
the
when I see a
power.
woman that is succeeding, I'm just like and they're not even in the same business as me. They're not even in the same business as me, and I see them, and I'm like, way to go, girl. And I'll tell her. I will actually send her a comment, and I'm like, you know what? I'm so damn proud of you. Kudos to you. You keep going, girl. This one girl, she's exhausted. She's been flying all over the country trying to get her business up and going. And I'm like, look at her. Now she's single. She's single, but she's had struggles. She's had her story. We all have our stories, right? But I'm like, amen. Amen to
Yes.
you. And
Yes.
that's how we should all feel about each other.
I
Instead of
agree.
knocking another woman down, we should not do that. We should be so happy for women, because you know what? It's our turn. It's our turn, damn it. Men have
Yes.
had that status for so long, and you know what? Women are taking over, and we should support that, embrace it, and be supportive, and instead of being,
Hey, we
angry
carry
or
we
jealous.
carry the economy of the world.
We
We
do.
carry the
We
economy of
do.
the world.
Yeah.
Women make the majority of purchases. I can't remember the percentage. I think it's like 65% of the purchases that are made in
Hmm.
the entire world are with women. I believe 95%, it's somewhere around there. I don't want to quote, I just saw these statistics recently, are that charities, gifts that are
Hmm.
made are from women.
Yeah.
Women are starting their own businesses in twice as much as men are. I mean, women have we're so powerful,
We
and
are.
we don't realize.
And you know what makes us that way? Because we have what men don't have. We have compassion. We have,
Yes, yeah.
we're women, so we're different, but we can empathize, we
Love
can
our men though.
sympathize.
We love our
Oh yeah, oh
men.
yeah. But we can empathize, we can sympathize, we can do all those things, and we can be strong. So
Yes.
we really have the whole package. We
Yeah.
really, really do. Can you imagine how beautiful this world would be if women would really just support other women
We could move
instead of
mountains
being
together.
catty? Heck yeah.
We could move
And we
mountains
are.
together.
We're
Yeah.
doing it slowly, but we are
And just like us, the Boss Beauties, we're doing it
doing
differently.
it differently.
We're doing it differently,
Absolutely.
ladies. So we
Yes,
want to
yes.
invite you to join us and do it differently with class,
Yes.
with sass, and a little bit of badass,
And with
and
honesty, and
with
with honesty.
integrity. Oh, yes. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. What an amazing
Yes.
conversation. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes, yes,
This
yes.
was
And
very deep and very
one
good.
last thing that I do want to say is that I feel that you know what has helped me in my business and what I think other entrepreneurs need to do. You really, really need to do this because is you need to be honest about your products. Like you
Mm,
really need to be honest about your products.
yeah.
Don't just, and I'll say this with my previous company and even with my company now, I don't talk about every single product. I don't. If I don't like something, I don't talk about it. It's that simple.
Hmm.
And I'm not afraid to talk about it because you know what? You all really, really, you know your products. Don't lie to your clients and say, oh, this is going to help with that, if you know that it's not. Don't use pictures that are, you already know as a boss beauty, you shouldn't do that anyway, but don't use photos that are like super photoshopped where you can't
Mm,
see anything, where that's not realistic, that's not real. Be honest with your clients. These are women that are trusting you, or men, whoever your audience is, they're trusting you that they're going to get this product and it's going to work for them.
yeah.
And
Yes.
so I just honestly feel like when you're selling a product, it needs to be because you know it works, because you want them to have those good results that work, and not because you want to make a sale.
Yep.
Not because you want to make a sale. You all have, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I've talked about other products, not just my own products. And I get nothing from saying that other than knowing and happily knowing that I'm helping another woman feel better, look better. And so I don't promise them the world. I know these products work. Like I will never say it's going to give you instant results. It takes time, it takes this, it takes that. You got to be open and honest, and I feel like I have done that with my clients, and they because I've done that, they trust me. And you got to have that with your clients, because if you don't have that, then they're going to buy it, and then they're going to try, and they're going to say this doesn't work, and then they're not going to trust you anymore, because they're going to know that you're only doing this just to make a sell,
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
else. You don't really
Yeah.
care. I care. You got to care about your clients. You got to care about anybody that you're talking to. And I learned that from you and Coach Lisa. And so, I was doing the same thing. I was spammy as, I think I was a
We've all
spam
been there.
queen. Yeah, but I didn't know what value was, and you've got to, like, just, you got to love what you do, and you got to really love your clients enough to really, really want to help them not
I
help
love it.
you. Because in the end, if you do that, man, it's going to come to you. And then
Gosh,
word of
yes.
mouth, and then people are going to be talking like that. That's how I gained a lot of my clients, is because other clients are talking. They're telling their friends, and so on and
Yep,
so on. And so you just be honest, be real, and
exactly. And if
so
your products don't really help anybody with anything and you
yeah.
don't feel confident about it, go find other
Uh,
products,
yeah, that's what I
you
did.
know?
That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Now, that's not to say that everything in my previous company I didn't like. That's not true. I did. I liked a lot of their stuff, but there was a lot of stuff. It was more that I didn't than I did. But,
Yeah.
everybody's different, right? Everybody likes different things. But, you gotta truly know that what you're selling, you gotta believe in your product. That's the bottom line.
Yep. Love it. Love it.
So,
So if you are not following Nancy at this point, or you need to go over and follow her, Nancy Ann, you need to go check out some of her videos. You will not regret it. You will learn and you will grow and you will feel inspired. She actually has a group with Allison, an amazing,
mhm.
amazing group on all
House
things
of
beauty.
Beauty.
Hmm.
House of Beauty.
House of Beauty, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's about all things
Oh
beauty, and
yeah.
they talk.
Yeah.
I mean, they even talked about girdles in there not too long
Yeah, oh
ago.
yeah. We
Yeah,
talk about girdles. We talk about, how to lift your tatas. We talk about all kinds of things. It's everything. And we pray in there. Women will go. Women are they love that group so much that they'll just say, I need some prayer. I mean,
it's
it's
a community.
women. Yeah, it's a
It's a
community.
community.
Yeah.
So, if you want to be a part of that, I highly recommend doing it.
Yeah.
Contact Nancy, message Nancy. She will get you in there. The
Yes.
House of Beauty, you will not regret it, ladies. And her and Allison are both there. And I do see one question before we log off here. Camille asks, how long did it take you before your business really took off?
Well, Camille, and I think Camille reached out to me. We spoke, Camille and I love it because, see, Camille was in my previous. She's in the company that I was previously with, and I love it because I get messages all the time, and I love my sisters, even from whatever business they are in. And so the thing is that you got to remember one thing. I had, in my previous company, I was there for a little over 3 years, Camille. So, and I didn't start doing lives because that was not a big thing at the time until a year, like 2 years in. Okay. And then I started doing the lives. And then it wasn't until I joined the Boss Beauties when I was doing it consistently. And so for a whole year, right, Coach? Because it was from March of last year to March of this year, I was doing it consistently. And but and I told you, you've got to provide value. And
Yep.
so when I started to do that at first, and they'll tell you there's going to be crickets. There's
Mm-hmm.
going to be crickets. And it doesn't mean you give up. You don't give up just because, okay, like, what's going on? I'm showing up. I'm not, and people are not doing it. They're watching. People are watching. They sit back and they watch and they go, okay, I want to see what this girl is about. Is she real? Is she just going to show up and then 2 weeks later, she's not going to be there anymore? Because that happens. A lot of women, we expect results like that. That's not how this business works. It's not. If you think you're going to get results like that, you're crazy. It didn't happen to me either. I had to show up. I had to make sure that my content was educational, that I was teaching them something, and I did it. And then probably, like, I think, what, Coach, like maybe the fourth, fifth month in, I started
It
to
was
see.
crahy. It was like it
Yes,
just all of a sudden, then when it started to create that
yes,
momentum, I remember
yes.
that. And you
See,
were picking up, and it was like, you were like,
yeah.
whoa, this works.
Yes,
You
and
were
I was
like,
like, what the hell? What the what? But I mean, yes,
I
and then
remember that.
yeah, and
Oh,
I kept doing it, and I never gave up. I believed in me. I believed in myself. I knew I had it in me, and I knew I was determined. I said, this is what I want. I believed in what I was doing, not using all the products in the company that I was with, right?
yeah.
I didn't use them all, but I was showing up. Imagine, you guys, I wasn't selling skincare products. I was selling other products that I wasn't even doing. But little by little, then they started buying some of the stuff that I had.
Yep.
And you know, you gain that trust, Camille. You'll gain that trust, but you've got to make sure you're doing the right things. You've got to make sure that you're honest.
Branding
You
you, not
gotta,
the
yes,
company.
not the company. You know, how
Because
many
you know what
times?
happened? You know what happened? You started to get that momentum. You were like, you're
Yes,
booming in your business, and you
yeah,
decided to make the switch. And I remember
yes,
that. And I was like,
yes,
let's watch this transition. And
yeah,
because she had branded herself that whole time and had showed up bringing other products that weren't even her own, people trusted her.
yeah, they
They
did.
trusted her. So as soon as she went to that new company, oh my goodness, it was just like,
Yeah,
it was
six
fireworks.
thousand dollars in, you know, or close to six in 1 month. I mean,
Her first,
hello,
I know, it
you
was just
know,
amazing. Yeah.
like
And it's been an amazing
instantly.
ever since. It's
It's
been amazing
been,
ever since.
it's yes, and you know what? It doesn't, just because you know, and then people get a lot of flack for that, and you know, when you go to another company or whatever, but you know,
It was right for
it,
you.
it it was right for me,
It
yeah,
was right for
and
you.
yeah, it was right for me, and it doesn't, and I learned so much from my previous company, but you know, you grow, and you know what, it's okay to do that, because it's kind of like one of my friends, Rena Zaharb, she says, you know, it's like you're in a relationship, you know how you have your little crush on a boyfriend or something. So that's like your business, you know, it's like your crush, and you're with them and you think you're going to be with them forever, you know, and then, you know, right. You have a boyfriend and you think, oh, we're going to be together forever. Oh, we're going to get married, blah, blah, blah. And then you break up and then you find somebody else. And then, you know, until you find your forever, and that's okay.
I
You
love
know,
that. That's a great
and
analogy.
yeah, and it was so true the way she said it. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool.
That's
But
great.
you know, Camille, show up and be consistent, and do it with love, do it with passion, and don't give up. If you are doing everything, it will come. You can't expect things to happen like it didn't happen like that for me. It took time,
Yep.
but I
And
never gave up.
consistency. Yep.
Yeah.
And grow those eyeballs. You got to grow your
Yes.
audience.
Yes. Yes. You got to be reaching out. You got to grow your friends list. And,
So
you know,
important.
yeah. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still growing, you guys. And I'm not where I need to be by any means, but I'm getting there.
Yes.
And, you know, but it does take work. You've got to work it. Like this
Yep.
business is work.
It
For
is.
somebody to sit there and say, oh, you can, like they have pictures of them on a boat or on, this is my view for the day. Okay. You can't work on a boat when you're, you know,
Or
that's
on the
not,
beach. I mean, I
I
live on the
mean,
beach. I can't work on the beach. I can't even see
no,
anything on there.
no.
No, there
That's
is like,
not true. That is, I'm sorry, but that is not true. And you'll never see me do that, because I'm pulling my hairs out and I'm, you know, trying to deal with the grandkids and I'm doing this. And no, that doesn't happen. But
so
don't give
funny.
up, Camille. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Yes. Awesome. All right, ladies, you are so awesome. Thank you for joining us. Nancy,
Yes,
thank you
thank you.
so much
Oh,
for
you're
this amazing
welcome.
conversation. You
You're
made my
welcome.
day for sure.
Oh, thank you, Coach. I love you.
Love you too. Love you so much. And you
Okay.
know I appreciate you.
Yes, I do. And I appreciate you as well. Thank
All
you,
right.
ladies. Thank you
Thank you,
all for
ladies.
joining. All
Bye.
right.
Love
Bye.
y'all.